everyone, I'm Priya Ratnam. Welcome to Indian Cooking 101. I think most people associate Indian cuisine with spicy food. Let's start by looking at the spices used in Indian cooking. What are the spices that make Indian dishes so flavorful? Let me show you what I have in my spice container or masala dabba. The word masala in Hindi means a variety of spices. There are 7 little containers here with 7 different spices. Here I have black mustard seeds. A teaspoon of these seeds is usually added to a tablespoon of hot cooking oil in a small pot like this and allowed to splutter and sizzle for about a minute, and the concoction is then added to a stew. These are whole cumin seeds. These can also be added to the sizzling mustard seeds for a flavorful tadka. A tadka is a lesson for another day. I also like to toast cumin seeds in a pot or a pan without oil till they turn brown, and after it's cooked, powder it in a small coffee grinder and store in an airtight jar. Toasted cumin powder can be added to a variety of dishes to add instant flavor. These are whole peppercorns. I have a pepper grinder here if I'm going to add just powdered pepper to a dish, and a mortar and pestle if I want to make a small quantity of coarsely ground pepper and cumin. These are coriander seeds. Did you know that you can plant these seeds and you'll get cilantro? Well, you know now. These are called fenugreek seeds. Fenugreek has a strong flavor and tastes slightly bitter, so just a teaspoon of toasted and powdered fenugreek will enrich the flavor of your dish without overpowering it. You're probably familiar with cinnamon sticks, and these are whole cloves. I have dried red chilies here. These are very hot and spicy. You must have come across the words garam masala when you look up an Indian recipe. You can get ready-made garam masala from an Indian grocery store or even a mainstream grocery store. If you have a lot of time on your hands, you can make your own garam masala. Take 1 cinnamon stick, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 tablespoon of coriander seeds, 1 tablespoon of cumin seeds, 1 tablespoon black peppercorns, 1 teaspoon cardamom seeds, nutmeg, and 2 bay leaves. Combine and toast it all in a pan or skillet for about 5 minutes and grind into a powder using your handy dandy coffee grinder. Voila, you have your own garam masala. Stored in an airtight container, it will remain flavorful longer than the store-bought variety. I don't have whole nutmeg, whole cardamom, or bay leaves to show you. We are in the midst of a pandemic after all, and I haven't stocked up on all my spices. But I do have ground nutmeg and ground cardamom that I can substitute in a pinch. In a pinch. Other spices that I have in my pantry are turmeric powder, red chili powder or paprika, and salt, of course. This coffee grinder looks pretty beat because it's been my faithful companion for so many years. By the way, I grew up in India and I've been cooking for 40 years. Yes, I started cooking when I was in my mother's womb. Seriously though, I learned to cook just by watching my mom. Back then, we didn't have the luxury of supermarkets and there was no canned or frozen food available. My mother did not own any cookbooks and recipes were not written down. They were handed down to successive generations, like stories were passed on through oral tradition. I learned when I was very young that if I had to eat, I had to learn to cook. It was as simple as that. I imbibed the teachings of my mother and I remember her fondly as I cook for my family and friends now. So, this was an introduction to Indian cooking. Stay tuned for more videos from my kitchen and do subscribe to the Shrewsbury Public Library YouTube channel. Thank you.